AG fans, GojiFan93 here, and welcome to my revision of my top 10 favorite Godzilla video games. So, without further ado, let's begin. Okay, first up, Godzilla Battle Legends. I like this game, but then there's also another thing that makes me want to put it in dislike, only because of the AI being an issue. If you guys watched my review or my revisit of Godzilla Battle Legends, I say that I was very annoyed with the game because of the AI, that the AI is just ridiculous and it's hard to play it in a single player style. But if you play it with a buddy, like another person, it's actually really fun. And the game's overall presentation, sound effects, music, character selection, it's all actually pretty good. And even the gameplay is fun. It's just the AI is really something that's the problem. So I'm going to put this game at a like, because I feel that if there was a game for me to play in terms of like those old arcade, fighting games, I feel like this would be the one that I would at least want to play. I guess I would say technically the latest Godzilla game that came out, Godzilla Voxel War. Godzilla Voxel War, I liked. Godzilla Voxel War wasn't too bad. Yeah, it's not bad. It's not bad. Yeah. Godzilla Monster of Monsters, the classic NES game that everyone loves. I like it. Yes, I like this game. So, yeah, definitely like Godzilla on NES. Yeah, it was fun. It's a nice, fun, simple 2D side-scroller game. It's not too bad. I enjoy the simplicity of it, that's really the fun of it. So yeah, Godzilla Domination. All right, so Godzilla Domination, this is actually pretty good. Godzilla Domination, not too bad. Very fun gameplay, graphics are pretty cool. The soundtrack was really awesome. Actually, I really enjoyed the soundtrack. And overall, it was just fun. And it sort of took inspiration from, I think it was called King of Monsters. It was like another arcade type game. And it wasn't bad. It gets a little boring after a while, but overall, it's not a bad game. So I do like Godzilla Domination. Domination is a fun time, so I do like that. This was actually a recent surprise for me. It was the Game Gear game. This was the strategy game and sort of the spiritual successor to Godzilla 2 War of the Monsters. And I actually think that this is a great game. Surprisingly, we have a strategy game that I think is actually really good. Only if you get the English translation though, because then you can understand what the heck you're actually doing. But overall, this game is fantastic. Graphics are amazing and very faithful to the movies. They're a little bit cheapified, but they still look great. The controls are awesome. The gameplay mechanics are easy and you can figure out, how to go through it. And also being able to play through the different types of movies and scenarios was fantastic. So I really enjoyed this one. Godzilla Generations is a great game. Godzilla Generations is a great game. I would say that I love it, but obviously it has some issues. It's not the best, but Godzilla Generations is still fun. Being a Godzilla simulator that makes you feel like Godzilla, and for the time when it came out in 1998, it was very, very fun. So, yeah. Godzilla Generations Maximum Impact, also great. Now, a huge departure from what Generations was, but Generations Maximum Impact is still really fun. I like the whole, rail shooter element to it. I like the fact that it's literally Heisei era, the video game. You play like all the Heisei monsters, or you have to fight through all the monsters from the Heisei series. It's fun. Like I really enjoy Godzilla Generations Maximum Impact. It's a really fun game. It's Godzilla Save the Earth. It's great. Save the Earth is still amazing, but some of the things, the game felt a little slower. The graphics took a downgrade. They didn't have as many fun cheat codes. Unlocking stuff wasn't as fun because it was all done through credits. The music wasn't as good. Everything just seemed to be a slight downgrade. Slight downgrade. Still great, though. Still great. I'm one of those, Godzilla on PS4 was actually an amazing Godzilla game for what it was. I can look past some of the faults because for what that game was trying to do, I feel that it was so harshly judged that it deserved a sequel. And I'm so sad that we're never going to get that. So definitely S tier for Godzilla PS4. Everything about that game, the authenticity for it, the graphics, even though some of it wasn't that great, but the models were amazing. The gameplay was so fun and addicting, being able to run around, destroy buildings, the presentation of it, having to unlock different abilities is for Godzilla, having different beam effects or different move sets. Like, it was just a fun Godzilla simulator. Also, it was a spiritual successor to Generations. So it took what Generations did and improved on it tenfold. So yeah, another great game. Yes, Godzilla Destroy Monsters Melee, man. S tier, best Godzilla game ever. Yeah. Yeah, Godzilla Destroy Monsters Melee. What else can I say? I mean, if you want to know more, watch my video I just did on Pipeworks. Destroy Monsters Melee, guys. I don't know what else to say. The graphics are amazing on Xbox. The controls are slick and smooth. It was the first time a Godzilla fighting game got everything right. The game mechanics are awesome. It has a deep combat system. The unlockables are fun. There's a crazy amount of cheat codes in the game that are fun to play with. The music is amazing and gets your blood pumping. The announcer, like the announcer voice, you know, like he's also amazing. So like, you know, Godzilla versus, like this, I love the announcer in the game. It is the perfect Godzilla fighting game. The perfect Godzilla fighting game. So, yeah. Enough said with that one. So, all right, that's my list of my top 10 favorite Godzilla games. It actually has changed over time since the last time I did a list like this. But please post in the comments below your top 10. I would love to read them. And as always, stay big, G fans.